Hey guys, welcome back to the This Is Soul Skate Shop YouTube channel. I'm Ivo, I'm the owner of This Is Soul Skate Shop. We are right now in the store in Amsterdam, but we have, of course, a store in Berlin as well. And we're gonna open a new store soon. More to be announced about that on our socials. So follow us on This Is Soul, Instagram and Facebook as well. I have great news because we just hit 10K followers on Instagram. So I'm super stoked about that. After like more than 10 years, 15 years or something, we have this account and now finally it reached 10K. YouTube is, however, doing a lot better with followers. And thank you as well for being one of the persons who's watching this. To honor the people watching the channel and also commenting on the video, I would like to answer the questions here. And of course, this is nice for the people who ask the questions, but I think it's also nice to hear just general questions and general answers for you as well. Probably you'll be able to learn something from this as well. Let's just start with the first one, dig through them, and eventually I'll be fed up with it because it's gonna take too long. I don't know. Let's see how many we can take. Okay, first question. I just got my FRX. This is from Skillet in size 39. And they are so tight. The liners are fine, but the shell was too small. I have since learned from this video exchanging soon the information. So this is from the video Skate Sizing Lie Explained. So I'm happy that Skillet learned something from this. Take into account that skate needs to break in. And we have this fit check video. It is called New Skates Now What? And in this video I explain what you should do when you buy new skates and when you first get them in your hands. A lot of people just put them on their feet and then they instantly feel like something really tight and then they think like, this is gonna be too tight. But actually what you should do is lace them up all the way, like really tight, close the buckle, and then put your knee over your toe. You can do that while sitting. So just if you sit on the edge of your seat and then roll your foot backwards, or you can do it while standing like this with one skate on, one knee stretched, and then the skate that you have and then the foot where you have your skate on, you put it in an angle. So make sure your ankle is in 45 degrees if your knees over toe. Then your heels gets pushed to the back of the skate and that will actually relieve the pressure a little bit. So don't jump to conclusions. A skate will never be as tight as it is when you first try it on. It will become a lot looser and you will also need to get used to having a tight skate because skates are supposed to be tight. If your skate is not super tight, then it's not good. One way to check this if you're a little bit in doubt is if you take the liner out of the skate and just put your foot in the skate without the liner, then you can see how much room is left. So just put your toes to the front and then check behind your heel how many fingers you can put behind your heel and the shell. If you can put 3 fingers behind your heel, then it's definitely too big. If you can put 2 whole fingers behind your heel, it's still probably too big. I can barely squeeze 1 finger behind my heel, and that's how I like it, but that's super tight, okay? That's not gonna be for everybody. I think the golden rule is if you can put 1 finger behind your heel and it still has a little bit of room, then it's the right size. And then the rest of that room will just be filled up by the liner eventually. I'm gonna dive really deeper in this. And now let's just do a little summary of what we just discussed and type it to Skillet. Next question is from Hesmahai. And this is about the video where I tried all the different sole plates with the raised heel on all the different boots with the raised heel. And he says, I have the Razor Sculpt and I want to strip off the sole plate and mount a 165 spare frame I have for urban skating as I'm done with aggressive. Please let me know if you think this is possible. This is definitely not possible in the normal way. You would need to reinforce the bottom of this shell a lot. Only thing that I think that might be possible if you put like, these are called carbon insoles. And I haven't tried this yet actually. And then you try to put the mounting inserts over that. Yeah, you would need to put like UFS T-nuts in there because there's never like a separate 165mm T-nut. So you're kind of like stuck with aggressive skate hardware for this. And most of the aggressive skate hardware is just not up to this challenge. The best hardware used on any skate right now to use is the standard Omni. I actually think I have a set right here. This is actually coincidental that I have it right here. You would need to put a T-nut inside, and the standard Omni has this one. If you grind off the sides here, this is going to be a lot of work. But if you want it, you want it, okay? And then, because this is like super strong, you'll like reinforce the bottom of the boot, because the bottom of the boot is going to be too weak. With this little T-nut, it might work. And right now there's no real better alternative from any other brand. Brands are working on it. Like all the new skates that are coming out, like the Echo has really good mounting hardware. Probably maybe in 5 years this is going to be possible to mount a frame like this on a skate like that. You're still going to have the problem that a 165mm mounted frame is straight. It has a raised heel, but it's straight. And then a cult has like a slight angle in the heel raise. So that will not really match. The best way to do a big wheel frame on a cult is to mount the Trinity adapter on it. We actually have a picture of a cult in our web shop. If you go to the Trinity adapter, you can see how it's going to look. My friend Ephraim did it. Yeah, it works. That works actually. So that's going to be your best option. The problem is that this adapter is not available anymore in the market. We are completely sold out and we cannot buy any more. So maybe if you're lucky, you can still find it. Then the only way to get this adapter, if you cannot find it like as a separate aftermarket product anymore, is to get the complete skate from, I think it's called the Zoom Pro. Some of the Powerside Zoom models have this adapter on it. And then you need to throw away this boot. So it's going to be an expensive adapter. But the good thing is that you can actually then still use the frame. So actually, maybe if you really like the cult boot, you can just buy a Zoom, throw out the boot, and then use that same adapter and frame on it. And then I think you can buy these boots for actually only 180 euros or something. So this will be your best option. So Heshman, I'll reply to your question. The best way to do that is with the Powerslide Trinity adapter. Probably the skate is just as expensive as the frame and the wheels and the adapter if you would bought it separate. So actually it's not a bad deal. Next question, edging on inline skates. This is a funny video. I mean, it's not per se a funny video, but if you look at the comments, it turns out edging also means something else that a lot of people hint to in the comments. I don't know. So it's quite funny to look at the comments. There's a lot of dirty guys with dirty jokes in it. I was not aware of this. But so maybe, I'm not sure how to read this question from Eve of Seduction. Is this the same as curving? I don't know. Next question, first step on inline skates. So this is from a YouTube series that we did. It's like 10 videos or something. I'm not even sure how many. And it's just like everything you need to know when you buy skates and when you first put them on and when you do your first steps and then when you do your first like braking techniques and like all the basic techniques are explained there. I'm quite proud of this series. I really love it. I recommend it for everybody. So also Graham Duggan says, this video is great. I've been trying to learn and looked at some other YouTuber skaters, but I like your explanation the best. Thank you, Graham. I will be doing these exercises until I feel confident with them now. Do you have a video about turning? Yes, we do. Just follow this playlist, I guess. That's the best way. And if you're a beginner skater, I would recommend you doing the same. If you're an advanced skater, I'm gonna do a video series on aggressive skating soon. I think even if you're a really good aggressive skater, so if you've been doing it for 20 years, you can still probably learn something from this video because I'm really gonna break down all the techniques and then build it up again. I have so much experience teaching aggressive skating because I started doing it when I was 16 and I'm 39 right now. And I have a lot of thoughts on how to do this. So it's gonna be good for everybody, I think, from like an expert level to like a total beginner's level. So if you've never aggressive skated, this is also gonna be a fun extra YouTube tutorial playlist. Yes, Graham, just follow the playlist with all the basic exercises. When should you replace wheels? I skate hydrogen 80mm. I rotate them pretty regularly. This is a great question and I don't really answer this in any of the videos. So thank you for asking it. Test subject 0. The question is asked on our Everything About Wheels video. We did a video on all the specific things that you can be specific about with wheels. Hardness, wheel size, core, compound, rebound, of which rebound is the most unknown and the most important one. And then this video is the summary, kind of like where I go through all these topics. We do have a separate video, and that's about maintenance of skates. And there I really go into wheel rotation. I never rotate my wheels. So just to start with that, I can like replace them when I'm kind of done with them, when I'm bored. I don't know. If you buy good quality wheels, like the Hydrogen 80mm wheels that Dust Subject Zero is skating, it will last a long time. You can probably skate an 80mm Hydrogen wheel until it has like a diameter of like 65mm or something, because it wears down really gradually. If you have a bad wheel, a cheap wheel, a stock wheel, then it might crack, it might have flat spots. When you change your wheels, it's really a personal preference. So that's the biggest conclusion in this. It's a fun journey to discover what your personal preference is. Maybe you're like somebody who really doesn't care and you just skate your wheels until they're totally done. Maybe you really want to have them perfectly aligned in the center where the profile is not crooked, like normally it happens if you just skate. It wears down not gradually on each side the same. See what you like in this, and I would recommend watching my wheel maintenance video on this. Do you clean your bearings? This is a short, and Eternal Gloom says, I like how old bearings sound, lol. But technically, I think changing out your bearings once or twice a year is manageable. Yeah, totally agree. That's what I do. I just swap my bearings like twice a year or something. I just did it because we are now a little bit in spring, and the mousson, the Dutch mousson season is now finally over. So basically it's raining in the Netherlands for like 5 months or something. And now the spring nice weather is coming again. So then it's a good moment for me to replace the wheels. And if it's just in the raining season, I'll just keep my bad wheels and just skate through the rain with them. Superfeet. I did an hour-long interview on Superfeets, and this is Nathan Nelly, Tennessee in America here. I just bought some Afro-1s as I heard they are the best for wide feet. I wear a size 13 US and my left foot is longer and wider than my right foot. My left foot doesn't really fit in the skate. I ordered a carbon hockey insole. Hopefully it will help. Yeah, Superfeet will put your foot in this position, and then that leaves a little bit more width to play with, so your foot gets less wide. If you do that, like, it rotates actually your foot a little bit. And then also it shrinks. It can be up to 1 centimeter shorter your foot if you have a Superfeet. At least a half centimeter. Yeah, that can solve the problem. Also, we have listed on our website if a skate is wide or not. So if you have wide feet and you're in doubt what skate to pick, you can also use that. Great, Nathan, I hope it works. Improving your fit, performance, downsizing. That's the video. And then Zulix is the person asking this question. If shell is too tight or has pressure point, you can just heat it up and mold a bump to release pressure. But I haven't seen anyone mention fixing boots that might be too big. There is a thing called thermoplastics. Just pellets you put into hot water and they melt into pulley. That thing is amazing to hold skate to your foot. You can use it to make custom fit soles, razors at the bottom of liners when it's hot. It's also sticky, so you can even protect liner from wearing out in spots where it does, and also shove some of it in the nose of the skate to make your toes really sit in there. I don't really know what he's talking about here. Thermoplastic just pellets. I'm not sure if this is a thing. Is this person describing that there's a thing that you can melt into water and then it becomes putty, and then you put it in your liner or cover it over your liner, and then also you can use it as custom feet insoles? Maybe it sounds interesting. Let's see. Definitely skates are heat moldable. If your skate doesn't really fit, you can do some things about it. The top of the skate, like the lacing area, you can pull out a little bit or push in. Lengthwise, it's really hard because, like with skiing, they can actually stretch the whole boot. With skating, you're stuck with the mount. The mount is the mount, and then maybe if you have like a really big skate, there's a lot of plastic at the front and the back that can stretch. But with skating, you can only stretch this, and with skiing, you can stretch the whole boot. Yeah, and then with skiing, you can only like stretch it like a couple of millimeters. In skating, there's not much room to really like make a skate that much longer. What would work is putting a thinner liner in it if you need more room. Thank you, Zulik. Sounds interesting. I'll check it out. If you ever want to get your skate boot fitted like that, you can make an appointment here and then we'll help you with that. You can book it on thisisall.com. So this is the behind the brand faction video, and Nick Strix says, love this interview. I'm working on a roller skate boot design and I'm super inspired by Clark's approach. That's cool. Would love to see what you're building on, Nick Strix. Send me a message, I'll check it out. So we have this YouTube series, it's called Behind the Brand. And this is where I talk to all the brand owners. We did now, I think, like 4 or something. And there's like 24 brands, so we have a long way to go. But I want to do it in person. So I have had a lot of chances to doing it online, but I like the concept where I'm just talking face to face with those guys. Eventually, if you follow the channel, maybe every year I'll do a behind the brand video or something. And it's nice to learn a little bit of where did they get the ambition to start all this, and how did these companies grow into what they are today. It's really interesting and inspiring. Okay, next video is the UC Shadow review, directed by Rocco. I think I'll do 2 more of them. We're good for today. I hope you like the concept of me just rambling a little bit on this. I got these because I did not get the experience, the 1.0s when I was younger, and I always want to try them. They seem like skates made to optimize the aggressive skating experience. However, these are not my skates I leave at work just in case it's nice out and I want to catch a quick session on my lunch break. In my opinion, these skates have too many parts that are in common. If they do wind up needing replacement. Oh, this is a long message. I love them when I first tried them. My favorite Eugen Engelen skate stem. I realized learning a trick on my Shadow was slightly different than learning a trick on traditional aggressive skates. Once I got a pair of them skates, I was able to progress faster. I realized the Shadow may have been holding me back. I'm going to try them with traditional frame to see if that changed my experience of the overall boot, because the Moog frame can make it harder to do certain tricks on ledges. Yeah, for sure, everything he says there is correct. The Shadow skates are rambly skates. They fall apart. They have so many parts. Always something breaks. It sucks. It's a great concept because it's a concept where you have a shoe and then the skate just wraps around your shoe and you can like easily get out of it and get back in. But in practice, nobody wears the shoes that come stock with the skates. If they would make like a beautiful design shoe, which they did try, and back then it worked a little bit. I think this was 2010 or something. They had some like high top sneakers that were made for this skate and people actually bought it. But now, because people are not actually walking on these shoes, you need to like first put your own shoe off and then put this shoe on and then wrap the skate around your foot, which actually takes a lot more time than just a normal skate. And then the skate is a little bit flimsy, so it's really loose or something. And then the frame that comes with it is the Moog frame, which is like just 2 wheels and then a piece of plastic for grinding. And it's really hard to lock your grind tricks on it because the groove is so not sharp. If you have like a groove that's like a little arch like this, you can lock on the rail and then you stand firm. The skate's flimsy, the frame is flimsy. I think you're right, directed by Rocco, the skate was holding you back. We never advised this skate, and also it doesn't sell so good. It's a classic though. He says that he wants to try it with big wheels. The skate is way too flexible for that, in my opinion. If you ever tried like a good pair of freestyle skates, like a Twister or a Powerset Next or an FR skate, like any of those classic freestyle skates or urban skates, then they'll be so much better than a Shadow with big wheels. How to ride backwards on inline skates. Old Rattler asked the question. This was an excellent backwards tutorial. Thank you for that, Old Rattler. The last one, let's see. Aggressive frames buyer guides from Ryan Mudge. He points to a specific moment in the video. Compared to what we had back in the 90s, you are not brave for skating flat on modern frames. The 8 blocks are gigantic. Yeah, true. That's true, yeah. I don't know what moment he's specifically referring to, but I myself have a Wish frame. I skate a Wish chassis, which is the largest Wish frame. It's the first flat frame where you skate on 4 wheels, which feels like an anti-rocker frame where you skate only on 2 wheels. And I grew up skating only on 2 wheels for aggressive skating. It makes it easier to grind, less wheel bite. And then every time I tried flat, I was kind of like stuck with that wheel bite of the middle wheels. If you learned grinding on a flat frame, you're way better off. This is the ideal. Those guys have better style as well, but I'm not one of them. For me, I just eat concrete every time I try it. And then so now I have the Wish frame, and it makes for a perfect riding experience and a perfect grinding experience, because it feels like skating anti-rocker. So you're totally right, Ryan. Cool, there's so many. I'll answer a few more, and I always try to answer all of the videos, but there's so many, so I cannot do all, but I'll do my best. So if you leave a comment on this video specific, I'll try my hardest to actually answer all of them, especially on this video, okay? So let's make an agreement there. And I hope to see if you have some cool questions. If you like more content like this, probably you can wait for a long time because we've never done a video like this. But if you like the more like planned out, in-depth reviews, hardware insights, skate tutorials, then check out the channel because there's loads of them in there and there will be loads of them in the future. So hope to see you again soon because we make a new video every week, or I hope to see you in one of our stores. So subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video. Bye bye.